Hey YouTube, this is Pamela. This is Craft and Commentary, and I'm here at my little office I have, and in the background I have one of my favorite videos. I'll put a link down below that I made of one of my favorite journals, and you know, I love it so much. I love all the jelly plate printing that I did in there that I'm actually afraid to use it. I don't write in it at all. It is fine the way it is. But I do need a journal to write in. so I truly made a junky journal, and that's what I want to focus on right now. And here it is, basically. And it is, I don't know, about over a dozen signatures. And let me have you, this is not a tutorial, by the way. Somebody bitterly complained that they thought that I was about to do a tutorial, and I never did. And she watched the whole video slow-mo, or, you know, like, didn't go ahead and discover that it wasn't going to be a tutorial. Anyway, I think people can kind of check it out. These are envelopes, and I save envelopes like this. And if they get saved if they have security printing on the inside. That's my criteria. So then I take my cutter and I cut off the edges down here, and I often do another cut here to make it neat. And then I have just a bunch of these. I nest them. You see this? This is the final product from that. And I nest them. And then I got out my sewing machine. I love my new sewing machine. A person handed it down to me, God bless her. And I now have sewing machine capabilities. And I just, down the middle, did a sew. So all of these are little signatures. Okay, so what I have is about over a dozen of these that I made, and each one has, I think, six or seven. So I didn't want to make it too bulky. And so then I made the typical junk journal, which is, I took a Cherios box. Here's the side of the Cherios box. Cut it down. I put one of my very nice jelly plate print on the outside with glue, plenty of glue. I just used some pattern paper on the inside. So basically what I have is a piece of cardboard here. And there are many tutorials of people doing this online. I apologize. I really have to get with it with my tutorials. My channel would probably be a lot more popular. So basically taking this, and you already have the corners, you know, the folds of the book defined by the Cherios box. And so I put pretty paper, jelly plate on the outside, and just some commercial pattern paper on the inside. And so again, I have been loath to use my journals because I don't want to ruin them. I consider them kind of finished. They are journals full of jelly plate prints that I think are fine in themselves, but I still need a journal. So I take these, and I don't have any qualms about writing on these. These are things that you would throw away. So I didn't do any jelly plate printing on them at all to make them anywhere more valuable, so to speak. And what I did, once I had that, was I took string, I think it's hemp string that I bought that you use for beading, and I wrapped it around about 15 times. And then I simply took each one of these, and like right now I could just have them hanging in there by each turn of the string. And you can see right in there in the binding. Now I decided I needed a couple, not just one, bookmark, so I can find the most important page for the day. So I made a hole in the middle with my big bite, 2 holes, and this is hard cardboard with numerous layers, and I put 2 holes and just tied, in one case, you know, this ribbon around. So this one I use for one thing, and this I attached a chain to the ribbon, and I put these charms. Let me talk about these charms. This is going to be my time management system. And time is precious. It's your gift of life that you have as an individual. That's why I have 2 charms that represent time. I have 2 charms that represent love. One that just says love on both sides, and the other. And I got these on eBay. I buy many little things on eBay. You can just look up charms. And here's an anchor, because I want my time management to help anchor me and keep me on track. Here's a rose, because it represents the secrets. There is a word in the English language called sub rosa. My secrets that I'm going to keep in my journal. A key. Key represents the key to my my new system, which is using this nice junk journal. So there they are, the 2 bookmarks there to keep me on track. And then I took a really favorite kind of Sharpie. This works really well, as you can see, on this kind of, I like using it, it's really juicy kind of pen. And it stands up to the security paper. You can write on it and still read. And already I'm using it like crazy. And again, you know, I really like the whole idea of journaling, but the journals that I have made in the past have been what I've considered so nice that I didn't want to use them. Tell me down in the notes, people, if you have come across that. I know that I have heard people who show off a journal that they made, and they perhaps tell you that they just sold it on their Insty pages, and maybe they got a good sum of money for it, but they're just don't want to give it up. And when you make these journals, that often happens. So what else can I tell you? Again, this is not... What's wonderful about this is that I just knocked it out. I made it quickly. And let's just show a few of these charms here. There's absolutely nothing special about this. And it just is expedient. And I will use this. I will use this. And I think that I'm going to name this video, I will use this, a journal I will use for a change. So here is, I didn't talk about this. This is just a ribbon that I attached with a hole that I made with my Big Bite. I'll put a link to Big Bite so you can see what that is. It makes, I use it all the time for my crafting. This is just a big bauble, very big, and it comes down and will hold a place real nice and just hang down like that. I like it. And then when you're done for the day, you can tie up your journal, keep it nice and neat, give it a bow. But it looks like it is the shape and size of a box of envelopes that you might buy. So, and rightly so. I designed this around the size that I was given, which are all these number 10 envelopes, number 10 and number 9, maybe 11, who knows. But I get so many of these envelopes, and I save them and save them and save them. And I've been thinking this particular journal through for quite a while, and I'm just thrilled. And like I say, I knocked it out. Okay, a little bit piecemeal. I had these finished ahead of time. I cut them. That was one day. I sewed them. That was another day. And then the construction was yet another day. And then some of the embellishments I did yet another day. So I enjoyed myself immensely, and I hope I hear some comments from folks. And this is seriously not my best work by any means. But I don't know, for some reason, if I put a lot of time into this, and if it was a beautiful object of art, I might not use it. So what's a journal for? Anyway, that's about it. This is Pamela. It's Crafting Commentary. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe, and give me some comments.